Welcome back to the second half, and if you're a City fan, it's very good news. It's Borough 1, York City 2, and York City full value for that half-time lead as the Borough team come out and occupy the right-hand half of the pitch. And if the second half is nothing like the first half, we have 45 minutes of high committed entertainment to look forward to as Borough's Paul Dobson and new boy Dean Spink line up. It's a Borough kick-off in this half, and many fans haven't made it back from the half-time refreshments as yet. And the City team were greeted with derisory boos from the faithful Scarborough contingent. And likewise the Scarborough team had a very poor reception from the York City supporters to our right. Some 800 York City supporters who made the journey tonight, I would say. And they had a very cheering evening's viewing as Canham takes it up for City. City showing their intentions from the start of the second half, looking very bright, but that shot is very high over the bar. And City's policy of directing everything in the air to Ian Halliwell and breaking quickly whenever Scarborough's attacks and midfield control broke down has paid them rich dividends. They were 2-0 up and looking very comfortable until Paul Dobson's goal brought them back into reality, and that Dobson goal gives Borough some hope of clinging on to getting at least a point out of this game. But they will certainly need to build on their first half performance, which has looked as ever jittery at the back. Since Warburton knocks that forward, and the York City twin forward line of Halliwell and Dixon is caught offside there. And the solid Nicky Law merely passed this over and allow Ian Ironside, who's been taking kicks at ever increasing distances outside his area. Ian Ironside, the goalkeeper, takes this. The referee indicates indirect as the ball comes down for Graham, but it's lost. And very fortuitously, Steve Richards gets that away. Olsen. Cross was aimed for McDonald, didn't reach him. Halliwell chests it down. And Halliwell was standing there, has been penalised by the referee. And Steve Richards ventures forward for the Borough. Nicky Law takes this, and it comes, but it can't be reached by Steve Richards. That's a City throw. It's up the line, and it's hooked forward to an attempt to get the ball back now to Dixon. Spain clears it off to Olsen, and Russell knocks it onto the right hand side of the pitch. But it's hopeful stuff as Kamara goes down, and City relishing that opportunity as Kamara went down. City seeking to break quickly, and Halliwell's got room on this right hand side of the area if the ball can come across, but it's knocked out of play by Alan Kamara. And the cross is aimed at the near post, but Ian Ironside is down to collect that. And Ironside, even though his distance is cut down, has got the ball over the halfway line to Dean Spink. And a firm challenge by Law, but City break well, and there's room here for Canham. Cross comes over, and that needed to be headed clear. Canham nearly had another opportunity to centre, but he has the throw now. And the cross comes in, but that's poorly directed. Again outside, it's down the middle, and Dean Spink was trying to get that for the Borough, but it's headed firmly forward, and Alan Kamara will be content to let the guard play, but the tackle, I think, will be penalised, and Scarborough will have the free kick. There seems some confusion amongst the players as to what's been given by referee Parker. In fact, it is a free kick on the touchline. It's Laws has played back to Ian Ironside. And we must thank the very famous stalwart York firm of General Accident for their generous sponsorship of this evening's game. We have a good contingent from General Accident in front of us here in the McCain Stadium, and I imagine most of them are York supporters, and they will be cheering Canham on now as Law just hooks it clear, but Canham returns, and Law again hooks away. It's persistent stuff from City as Halliwell tries to lay this one off and does so, but that's a brave challenge in by Steve Richards, and eventually it comes to Paul Olsen, to Dean Spink. And Spink has sensibly decided to switch direction, and that's a beautiful ball from Martin Russell to Paul Dobson, and inside the return. But that's a good challenge by Howlett, and York City now have had the ball with Tony Canham on the left wing, policed by Alan Kamara. Alan Kamara must know Tony Canham very well and know what kind of threat he poses. Spooner. Halliwell leaves it for the cross, but has found nobody but Martin Russell, and some intelligent play by Law allows the ball to drift onto Paul Olsen, and that's a very well won tackle, and though he was moving away with it, Dean Spink has not been allowed to carry the advantage. The referee's called a play back for a Borough free kick. So a blatant check there, and Old Borough have for it when the opening was looking very bright as a free kick. And it comes, Spink's underneath it, it's gone to the back to McDonald, a great shot was straight into the hands of Fitzmarples, who was seeking to get Dixon away quickly. That's an unconvincing header from Law. McMillan's played it in, but Kamara only half won it, and that could be dangerous. It's a free kick right in the centre of the pitch for City. Again, some unconvincing defensive work. The initial clearance was missed by Nicky Law, and the increase in desperation led to the concession of that free kick. Halliwell is on the extreme right of that bunch of players, but it seems as though the City favour a direct shot. But John McDonald has been called out of the group and lectured very sternly by referee Parker from Preston. And he seems rather fortunate to escape without a booking. There'll be no doubt that any further infringements from John McDonald will result in a booking. And it seems though City have lined something up for this one, but the shot is wide. And despite the absence of Sean Reid for some 8 or 9 matches now, City, who might be expected to miss their influential midfield man, have strung some very good victories and together to attain a position as high as 3rd in the 4th division. They've stumped somewhat, I said, with the 2 recent draws and the defeats last week at Maidstone. But Borough are on the counter-attack now, and there's a cross coming in, and I think it's going to be behind the goal. It is, and it's a York City goal kick. A rare counter-attack in the mode of York City. by Martin Russell there, but the cross was a little wayward as Marples takes this kick. It's a good distance over the halfway line, and City are seeking just to exploit gaps down the centre, but not that time because Scarborough have the free kick. On loan, Nicky Law takes his free kick in the Borough half as I think Dixon intends to encroach, but it's been taken, and Martin Russell has the ball in midfield. That's an excellent ball. It's Dobson. Oh, it's only just across the face of the goal. Marples recovers that at the second attempt, but the brilliantly intelligent ball from Martin Russell turned on by Paul Dobson and very nearly finished off. Dick Clark, and well won by Tommy Graham, dominant in the air as ever. McDonald, and Spink has come away with it. He's looking for his striking partner Dobson, but it's eluded Dobson. Halliwell is just to handle that, and he's expressed his disgust at the referee's decision. But Borough showing a little bit more determination this half. They're really going to get on with things. We'll make Clark, and Nicky Law now punts it forward. But Borough can't afford to lose the ball in this situation because City are away so quickly, and they're seeking to win it, and they have won it. And that was just a situation where Scarborough are vulnerable, but Kamara's now trying to exploit the same vulnerability in the York defence, using great pace. He's got round the back of the defence. Can he get a cross in? And Kamara's determination and pace carried him very quickly from midfield into the heart of the defence and almost to the byline. And that excellent run by Kamara has won the corner, the first on the right hand side of this half for Borough. I think it'll be floated in by the cultured left foot of Martin Russell. Steve Richards is up there. There's a posse of 4 Scarborough players on the edge of the area. It must be aim for them. And the referee is giving a lecture to one of the York players prior to the kick being taken. He now signals that Martin Russell can put this ball in. Over it comes, Nicky Law. Nicky Law heads it, Dean Spink, can he turn the ball? He has to play it out. And it's right in the heart there. Dobson needs to turn over it, and it's very scrappy stuff. Dobson had a great chance there, but couldn't shoot quickly enough. And the Borough fans respond to this grit and determination shown by their team, and this is their very best spell of the match so far. The long throw is going to come in from Nicky Law. He'll pick it up again and place it across. Almost out of play, but gathered under the bar by Chris Marples. And thankfully the rain and sleet has subsided. It's a very fresh night, as you might imagine, at this late stage of November, but just at the commencement of the game we had rain and then sleet and then snow, and in parts the snow is still standing, not on the pitch of course, but everything has been hurled at the players tonight, and it's been that kind of game. No quarter asked or given. Each side has shown a great resolve to win this game. That's headed on well, that's knocked on well for Dixon. Inside, shooting opportunity, and that was rather a poor shot by Tony Canham. So a spell of some 7 or 8 minutes of consistent Scarborough pressure, and that's as much as we've seen in the entire match as Mick Clark comes away from the Borough. Oh, it's nice form, look out down the middle. Oh, but Dobson and McDonald between them have contrived to lose that ball.
Go on, Andy, Matt!
Well brought down by Tommy Graham. He's picked out Alan Kamara, and Paul Dobson is in some room on the right. There's it back. Paul Olsen. Kamara. And back to Olsen. And Olsen is now to continue. Looks up. Thinks about the shot, but it's rather powerless into the arms of Marples. And that kick's straight out of play. Steve Richards, that's the gun of play. We'll take the throw. You get some idea of the coolness of the evening. You can see the player's breath quite clearly. Alan Kamara takes that. It's nearly done by Olsen. Back by Spooner. Tommy Graham. And puts up for the free kick. Tonight's substitutes for Scarborough, Steve Saunders, who had a pretty unimpressive game against Whitley Bay, and Ian Vannyworth, who's been dropped from defence for the first time this season. Alan Kamara's control is poor, and that really might weigh heavily on the Borough, but it's cannoning off midfield players as they try to pick up Canham out here. It's been well won. And it's nipping inside is Dobson, but it's just got back to Chris Marples. Chris Marples long down the middle, tried to be outside by Dixon. Oh, and that's poor control by Olsen, and he nearly had to foul Kevin Dixon there. Fortunately, the ball's run clear to Ian Ironside. Ironside kicks this down the middle. Dean Spinks underneath it, nods it off, but there's a judge stood backed on to his marker. And the Oxford have a free kick in the middle of their half, which Chris Marples wanted, but then changed his mind and urges the ball to be kicked forward. It is, it's down the middle in for Helliwell, but he's beaten by Steve Richards. Richards has had a good game so far in the area against Helliwell, but there's some alarming amount of space here as Alan Kamara saves the Borough again with a cross-field header, but McMillan's got it in for Howlett, and it cannons off Law, and then the Mick Clark for a City throw. McMillan with a throw. Movement from the City forwards wanted. I think that Spooner has run into the area and hooks it over his head, and a brave header in, but over the bar. And it came off a Scarborough player, and the City have a corner on the right hand side. I think it's Tom Kelly that's going to go to take this one. It's Gary Howlett, I beg your pardon. It'll no doubt come left-footed into the area, and Scarborough have been vulnerable from corners in this spell of defeats. But McMillan's wanting a short one, and he's got it. McMillan's come from the back and has got right into the area, and the shot is blocked by Alan Kamara. Cannon's well out, but it's well won by MacDonald. Howlett's got it back, and the ball in for Halliwell. And Halliwell was rather physical, and that's been adjudged to be a free kick. And words off the ball are going to result in a warning, at the very least, for Ian Halliwell. In fact, it's going to be a booking for Ian Halliwell. Evidence of rather a lot of talking off the ball from players on both sides. Several players have received stern lectures from referee Mr. Parker, and that's a booking for York City's Ian Halliwell. The United side is not clear where to take this free kick from, and eventually Nicky Law goes back so the United side can kick this out of his hands. 19 minutes gone in the second half. That's a kick by Ironside. Alston's underneath it. And that's some very lax play from Steve Richards. And but fortunate that lax play wasn't punished because the ball out to the wing was too strong, giving Alan Kamara the chance to take this throw for the Borough. Helped on by Tommy Graham to McDonald. But City had to play it back. So saying Sean Reid, who's the influential midfield man, hasn't really been missed by City. Tony Barrett has taken over in the midfield role and done an excellent job for City in recent weeks. It's enabled them to continue their excellent start to the season. And Sean Reid, it's feared, may not be back from his recurring ankle injury till the end of the season. And Nicky Law is caught in possession again. He lets it drift out for a Borough throw. And decides to throw it back to his keeper. It's Borough 1, York City 2. And after a bright spell early in this half, the play is rather unclear at the moment as to who is going to take the ascendancy. It needs a big effort from both sides if they are to gain something from this game now. Alan Kamara takes it long, and that's a foul. Borough will have a free kick. And Borough throw on Steve Richards, and everybody forward as it comes over, but I think it'll be too long, and the referee has spotted an infringement. And I think City will have a free kick on the edge of the goal area. Very well on Richards. Richards wins that one. It's gone to Dean Spink. Spink was fouled in the back, and Borough have a free kick. Spink has received a lot of the ball in this match, most of it with his back to goal. Oh, can Dobson get between the defender? No, it's hooked clear by Warburton. And Mick Clark is going to take the throw for Borough. He's throwing it back to Nicky Law, will centre. But it's only going to come to the City rear guard. As Paul Olsen attempts to recover and play it out to Martin Russell, to John McDonald, to Martin Russell. Mike Clark supporting the attack on the left. The cross comes in. Is it too long? And a point blank header. Paul Dobson. His header was going in at the near post, and Chris Marples was down quickly to save, and the ball runs out for a corner. That was a better attack for the Borough. Over it comes. Law's at the back, but that's the misdirected header. A turn chance for Dobson to shoot and shoot, but it's hacked clear again. Law. Good spell of Borough pressure here. And also will be able to get this across for the Borough. Onto his left foot and over. Okay. And the header, oh, and it's saved by Marples. I think that was Paul Dobson again, and a point-blank header by Chris Marples. What a save. It seemed a certain goal. The cross from Olsen came in, he was met cleanly at point-blank range, and yet Chris Marples was equal to it. And it's definitely Chris Marples that's kept York City in it at this stage. Two vital saves within a minute. But Borough the corner on the left, over it comes. Marples has come for it, he has missed it. It needs to be turned quickly, but it's hacked clear. and York City is on desperation defending now. There's Paul Olsen taking kicks on the left and right wings, goes over to take this from the right wing to spell of 3 corners for Borough, and some fine crosses are finding their men, but only Chris Marples has stopped the second Borough goal going in. Olsen with a kick to the back, it might fall for Tommy Graham. Tommy Graham trying to retrieve this, he'll take the throw. Nicky Law, aiming long, Steve Richards wins it. It's got to Nicky Law again, who's played it the full length of the half to Ian Ironside. Nicky Law not wishing to be caught in possession. And the Borough fans tried to raise their team. They felt sure they were back on equal terms, but that fine save from Chris Marples has protected York City's 1-goal lead. And the referee right on the spot judges that to be a goal kick. Having to get back desperately for this one, and he's got it back to Ian Ironside. That's a long kick for Tommy Graham. It's counted off to Martin Russell. Russell will release his fullback Mike Clark, who loves to surge down that left wing and puts the cross in. I think that's too long for any Borough attacker. Yes, it is. So these last few minutes have seen a fine goalkeeping display by Chris Marples. And a kick to Helliwell, but Helliwell was beaten in the air by Steve Richards, and that's going to fall clear to Alan Kamara in the right back position. Plays it forward to Dean Spink, who has won the ball well, inside to Olsen, short for Russell, but Mick Clark is trying to use his pace to get past 2 City defenders, and a foul on Mick Clark, and Borough have again a centering opportunity from the left wing. And the Borough fans realise that at last Borough are showing some true spirit in adversity as Paul Olsen comes across to take this free kick for the Borough. It'll come right-footed into the goal mouth, I'm sure. It'll curl in nicely for Paul Olsen's right foot. There's some movement there. Marples is out of his goal and punches, and gets sufficient distance to put the ball out for a throw-in. Sloan, can Richards win it? Overhead bicycle kick. Oh, and Dobson, I believe, is thwarted again. A sharp bicycle kick by the ever-alert Paul Dobson, but Marples was equal to it as Dixon comes short to take this from his keeper. Dixon on the edge of the area decides wisely to play it back to Marples. Kamara, Olsen, Kamara, and some very good tackling by Spooner, wins the ball for City, and it's danger man Canham on the left wing, cuts in, tries to play the reverse ball, but Nicky Law spotted it and got it back to Ian Ironside. And I think the referee spotted an off the ball infringement. Oh, he's spotted the offside. The City player didn't get back quickly enough, and he's given the free kick to Borough, which Mick Clark comes away with. Hits it long, flicked on, or attempted to flick on by Dean Spinks, rescued by Tommy Graham. And Mick Clark's got it on the left, and every time Mick Clark gets the ball, he's seeking to go forward. That's an interesting little ball in there, aimed at Paul Dobson. And it's well tidied up there by teaspoon, I think it was. Richards and Halliwell. Halliwell wins this one, but it's only going to fall to Mick Clark, who hooks it clear first time. McMillan heads back to Dixon, who was to Barrett, who was caught offside. And Borough making full use of the speed of Mick Clark, but he's got it back to Nicky Law. And the ball's out for a throw-in. Nicky Law showing great character, urging his team forward. Steve Richards has gone to the near post of this one. Richards back by 4 City defenders, but he's still 1-8 on the shooting chance for Graham. Mick Clark turns on the ball and he really can't afford to lose in that situation. Plays it across field to his fullback, Alan Kamara. Paul Olsen. Back to Mick Clark. Mick Clark really can't afford to lose it, and that ball wasn't very convincing. So it's Borough 1, York City 2, and if York City hold out, this will be their first victory over the Borough since Borough have had league status, and it'll be very sweet for them, especially coming on the McMillan Stadium. Halliwell and Richards, it's Cannon's off Richards back, and Dixon has tried to play it in the path of Spooner, but it's come clear. Paul Dobson, and a tackle of severe ferocity, and that's inflamed not only the rest of the Borough team, it's inflamed Ray McHale as the policemen restrain the benches of both sides. And Nicky Law and Tommy Graham trying to calm things down, and Ray McHale was off his seat very quickly at that true tackle on Mick Clark, and the referee feels it necessary to book. I think it's Ray McHale. It's John Bird. John Bird reacted to Ray McHale's reaction, and it's York City manager John Bird trying to make his point to referee Parker of Preston, and he may be wise to tone it down a little bit because he's got a booking at the moment, and he may make it worse for himself. And it's the yellow card for John Bird at the moment. No, it's the red card because John Bird has been ordered from the pitch and is now remonstrating with the constable, and that really is very unwise. John Bird received the red card from referee Parker. He didn't want to go, and it took forcible manhandling from the police constable to escort him to the tunnel. And Ray McHale too is going to receive a booking. Ray McHale now is being lectured by referee Parker, and he too is ordered down the touchline. So we have both managers ordered from the dugout in a 77th minute fracas here. A very stern tackle incensed both managers, and both have been ordered from the pitch, and now referee Parker wishes to see the offender. And this may well be a third sending off. The Borough fans bay for sending off. I fancy it will only be a booking since the referee has made his points quite forcibly already. We're yet to see. And the referee is making notes and giving a stern lecture and orders Gavin Dixon to go away. But it's only a yellow card against Steve Tutill. And City can count themselves rather fortunate there that they have still 11 players on the pitch. Tutill receives only a booking for a very vicious tackle on the halfway line to stop a Borough attack as Law punts it forward. Some real passion in agenda in this game now, and a brave header in by Canham wins the ball to Dixon. Cannham's going for the return, but it'll be too long for him. Nicky Law's policed him rather well. And Nicky Law's got it back to Ian Ironside. Well, real fervour injected in this game now. It's a shame it took an infringement of the rules to do it, but from now till the kick-off, for something now till the finish whistle, there's going to be 11 minutes of blood and thunder, I'm sure. It seems rather harsh on Ray McHale that he should be ordered off for springing to the defence of the injured party, but Ray McHale and John Bird now will have to watch this from the stands. As Tommy Graham heads clear, and that's pushing the back on Dean Spink, rightly penalised by the referee, and Borough very eager to get on with this game now. Steve Richards is going forward, and Borough in these last few minutes have been committing everything to attack, and the danger is that they get caught on the break. City are very keen to exploit that situation, and Olsen just manages to rescue it and play it in for Alan Kamara. Back for Olsen, and short to Spink, but it's very crowded in there. Will it fall free? And Marple saves there the feet of Dobson. Mick Clark, that's very clever play. He's got the ball clear and forward for McDonald running in. Dobson, Marples claims it just before Dobson reaches the ball. So real excitement engendered here. The place is buzzing. Both fans are incensed and urging their team forward. But it's City on the break with Tom Kelly trying to play it past Kamara, but Kamara's got possession and has to concede the throw. Kelly with the throw. He's taking his time over this. Short. Canham. He's trying to tease Tommy Graham, and that could have been a dangerous ball out by Olsen, but fortunately the shot didn't come in. John McDonald has lost the ball, and that could be dangerous. It's played on the back, and the shot is way off target. It cannons off a Scarborough player for a York City throw, for a York City corner, and some poor defensive play by Paul Olsen has set City up for that attempt on goal, which has resulted in a corner. Kick's taken now, and headed out by Laws, played in again by McMillan, and the Lancers spotted an infringement, and Scarborough will have the free kick. Ian Ironside takes this kick. We'll have 8 minutes to do something about this as Dean Spink heads on, and Kelly whacks it clear to Helliwell. Helliwell's lost it to Tommy Graham. Tommy Graham is blatantly balked there by Spooner, and in the last few minutes this game has got decidedly edgy. This game in danger of boiling over as Scarborough strive desperately to rescue their pride on the scoreline, which stands against them 2-1 at the moment. That's an intelligent headed ball through by John McDonald, by Tommy Graham, I beg your pardon, but it's come to naught. City will be keen to calm it down now. Marple's a big kick aimed at Helliwell. Helliwell's nodded it on, but it's only cut to Alan Kamara, who's freeing his opposite number, Mick Clark, in the left back position, and that's a poor ball. Dixon, but yes, McMillan's reached that ball, played it back to Dixon, and City are looking lively. A ball played forward to Gary Howlett, but he won't reach it. That's a foul on the back of Dean Spinks, but Spinks has managed to come clear with the ball and take on Tom Kelly. Spinks on the corner of the area, Spinks coming in, tries the shot, Cannon's off, and it's hacked clear. York City are desperate to get the ball anywhere now. Olsen lets it go out of play before taking the throw. Olsen, short to Dobson. Well, has lost it. And put Canham in the clear. And steaming down the middle is the York City supporting forward. And Canham has just got by his marker. And only Ironside's bravery has thwarted Canham, but Cannon's got a chance to cross the ball. Headed out of the goal. Shot from the bleak angle by Canham. And headed from under the crossbar. And the break from York City was nearly lethal. Some 5 minutes to go. And it's really hotting up out there. York City have been penned back. That was their first real foray on the Scarborough goal in his last 15 minutes. And it nearly sealed the game at 3-1 for them. But Borough have a free kick. And Nicky Law urging his troops forward. Only Law and the goalkeeper Ironside in the Scarborough's half at the moment. And Spink in the area. It's policed by two City defenders. Chance for Martin Russell, he's marked by two defenders. Back to Clark, but that's a poor ball. And City looking on the break for Canham. But City are content to pack their defence now. They have the lead and they're determined to defend it.
Come on, York, defend!
Martin Russell turns back, seeks Clark his support, but Clark's lost the ball again. And Nicky Law gets the better of Kevin Dixon. Nicky Law has had a very solid game in the heart of the Scarborough defence. He's kept a watchful eye on the running Dixon and Canham. And York City are not really clearing their lines at the moment as Russell picks out the right hand wing. But Kelly's coming away. And we get the return. It is robbed by a fine tackle from Olsen. So as we reach the last 3 minutes, can Scarborough get the equaliser? Their general effort really is merited. They've had chances hacked off the line and saved at point blank range by Chris Marples. And then balance of play, one really couldn't deny Scarborough the draw, but the lethal finishing of York City in that first half is the difference between the sides at the moment. It's Borough 1, York City 2. And Canham's going on the break, and Scarborough being pushed forward are having to get back in double quick time as Canham's on the edge of the area, gets the crossover, point blank header, and in the net. And on the break, that was just what City ordered, and the cross by Canham touched in, I think, from the back. And it's Borough 1, York City 3. And yet again, Borough have conceded goals in the vital last few minutes. The City fans salute their team. It was always on the cards. Borough put everything in that mid-period of the second half into surging forward and assault on the York City goal. But the quick break has surely sealed the game for York City now. Well, that's cruel luck on the Borough, and the goals conceded in the last 5 minutes. Hoodoo continues for the Borough. Well, Borough with 5 league defeats on the trot, and this 6th bad enough in as much it's a sacrifice of 3 points, but it really is a heartache to lose to local rivals. That's well played from McDonald, spotting Mick Clark, but Clark has got the chance again. Clark is determined to run forward and get into the area. Clark's trying to feel McDonald, but it's clear. Nicky Law. And surely it's all over for the Borough now as Tommy Graham backheads into the path of Paul Dobson, and the free kick will be York City's way. So this long-awaited clash has resulted, it seems, in a York City victory, and it's just what they required, having their form suffered a little of late. This result gets them back on course for a top 3 position, but more than that, a win against bitter enemy Scarborough will put them in very good heart for matches to come, I'm sure. The N9 side down for Dean Spink, and Dean Spink is pushed in the back. But we'll have a free kick, but surely the game is dead and buried as far as they're concerned now. Nicky Lowe, and City happy to hack it anyway. Return in the air by Nicky Lowe. So we've seen more fight and more spirit from Scarborough in this game, but it's to no avail. York City's speed on the break has been their downfall, with a sealing goal some 3 minutes from the end. And despite Scarborough's pressure in the second half, it all seemed likely that City could one loose ball in midfield, and so it proved, with Callum Herring down the left wing. His pace set up the chance. And Ray McHale doesn't even have the pleasure, if that's the right word, of seeing this for himself. He's been ordered from the touchline. As manager John Bird, as Dixon tries to get City on a break once more. Dixon's got acres of room to operate in. Russell's trying gets back and tackle him, but it's to Kelly in the left back position. And out to Canham. Canham's done the damage once. He's jockeying with the ball, content to hold it up and take on Kamara. He'll be heading for the corner and will be happy to keep it there. Canham's still in possession, but he's lost it now. Paul Dobson is hustled off the ball, and City have possession again. Tony Barrett, and that's running down the line. Who can get there first? It's Alan Kamara back to his keeper, but it's a death throw to Borough now, and one must ask, really, where do they go from here? Will the two new signings inject sufficient skill to lift this side? And one of them, John McDonald, was in acres of room on this left wing, but no ball found him. And City are content to play this game out, and Scarborough really know the game's lost. We've had well over 2 minutes of injury time, mostly for the fracas on the touchline, in which John Bird and Ray McHale received their marching orders. The City fans await to acclaim their team. Their 40-mile run up the A64 has been very worthwhile. They will have enjoyed this, putting one over the old enemy, no doubt, as Borough surge forward, put everything into this one. Followed it on. It's City in control. Paul Olsen with the throw. Into McDonald. It's come across to Mick Clark. Shots of the order of the day now as Russell loses the ball. Clark puts it back for Dobson, but that's a ball to nowhere, and it'll be a goal kick to York City as the referee brings Scarborough's misery to a conclusion. A brighter display by the Borough, especially in the second half, when they sought to come back from a 2-1 deficit at half time, with a breakaway goal 3 minutes from the end has sealed their fate. It's Borough 1, York City 3. And though there's a bright display, especially in the first half, from new boy John McDonald from Barnsley, and Dean Spink tried hard, especially in the air, where he won lots of balls for the Borough. Borough suffer an 8th consecutive defeat, and Ray McHale and John Bird both sent off for the testing at severity of a foul. contrasting fortunes as John Bird knows now he has a potential promotion winning side, and Ray McHale knows he has nothing but a long hard slog to get this team turned round and back on an even keel. So our next home game here is a Daft Cup match against Carlisle United on November the 29th. We hope you'll join us for that game, but in the meantime Scarborough have a lot of hard work to do, and I'll leave you now with the scoreline: Scarborough 1, York City 3.